Jump right into it. We're going to go into the Nick 10, and our friend Jim Morrow, who's the head coach at Harlem. Last night they had their black and orange game, their scrimmage, and good to have you on today, Coach. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How'd your scrimmage go last night?
It went well. We weren't perfect. We put the ball on the ground twice, which is 2 more times than you want, but we've got another week to maybe get things corrected and time up those meshes and make sure that it doesn't cost us when it counts.
One thing you guys have established in the last 10 years at Harlem is the quarterback position. Every year you guys have, if not the best quarterback in the conference, probably at least one of the top 3. How is the quarterback position looking for you guys this year?
We have some good depth. We're pretty strong there. Trent Willie, who was a sophomore last year, started a lot of games. Returned as a junior. I think he's sharper. He's more mechanically sound, and I think he understands some of the concepts a little bit better than what he did a year ago. And Cody Puholski's back on the roster and giving us kind of a dynamic little change up there. Being able to be that triple threat, run, pass, double threat, I guess, guy that can be pretty effective.
One thing in the past about the Harlem Huskies, you guys always have a lot of depth. Do you have that on offense again this year? You usually have big offensive linemen and a few running backs and a bunch of wide receivers.
Yes, sir. We do have to replace both of our starting wide receivers from last year, but we're really pleasantly surprised at how well Ethan Martin and Cody Sprung are performing, and Cody Puholski can come in and do some receiving for us, as well as the kid who had a great night last night, Ethan Hastert, in the slot. And so we got some playmakers. Brenton Shaw, put him in the slot, and got quite a few tailbacks as well to kind of rotate through, and each one kind of brings a little bit different threat to a defense. So it's a good combination to have. We're pretty fortunate bringing back most of our offensive line. Other than Josh Black, who we're kind of primarily looking at defensively. So right now, we're sitting on some really good scenarios and looking to see how they play out.
On the defensive side of the ball, how are things looking there? You guys have really, I think in the last 3-4 years, really been more physical on the defensive end. Is that something you guys are looking to continue this year?
Definitely. And moving Josh to defense gives it just an added dimension of disruption, and he's really challenging for any of our guys to block, and he's going to really cause some headaches for our opponents, and not only just play side, but you can run the ball down from the back side as well, and I think we have an outstanding nose guard in Dalton Bonenkamp, who's just knows how to play with leverage, and is going to cause centers a lot of problems. And the secondary is really very competitive and deep, and a lot of guys can step up and make plays with that unit. And we're going to have a young linebacking core, mostly comprised of juniors, but nonetheless they have strong kids, and they're going to really benefit here early on with some good experience.
It's really a wide open conference this year. I don't know if there's a clear-cut favorite. There's a lot of depth with the teams. You guys have been right there, for a while now. What's it going to take for you guys to maybe get over the top and put together a conference championship?
If I had the recipe for that success, I would have used it.
Sure.
We're still searching. I'm still searching for that as a head coach, is getting that title. And I'm just hoping playing fundamentally sound football and coming out every day and kind of chipping away at the stone and bringing great energy to our practices and trying to get our guys, at peak form at the time they need to compete. I think all that kind of plays into it, and we're doing our best to kind of manage that and put ourselves just in the best position to succeed, and that's really the only way I know how to do it.
You talked earlier about Josh Black. He's had a great summer. Has that confidence really kind of shown up here during the preseason for him?
Confidence, yeah, I think so. And we're all excited for Josh. I think that, to have such an outstanding young man, on your roster, it really kind of elevates others as well. And, knowing that he's going off to do some big things at the University of Illinois is just really exciting for our program. It really energizes it. And, he's had an outstanding summer, and I think his decision to declare early or to commit early to the University of Illinois, it's just one less thing he's going to be having as a distraction as he goes through his senior year, so he can just play football and enjoy himself.
You kind of touched on it a little bit there. Obviously, football, you want it to be a team game, but guys like their individual recognition. Does that help push some of those other guys to really, like I say, you kind of touch on it, but really elevate themselves and maybe try to stand out and get some of that recognition for themselves too?
I think so. I think this group is really more interested in the team accomplishments than the individual accolades and achievements. But I'm hoping our younger guys can maybe use Josh as an example of how hard work and diligence and persistence, if you have the physical tools and you can get it done in the classroom, how all that stuff can come together for you and serve as a vehicle to further your education.
It sounds like you got the Harlem Husky in there with you today. You're getting all psyched up for the season, aren't you, Coach?
Well, let me tell you, I'm outside the VFW on Windsor, and we are in the midst of a Harlem football pancake breakfast. You can come at the door for $5, and we'll get you all the pancakes you could eat with some sausage and bacon on the side, and you walk away with a full belly. And
that worked out good, didn't it? That promo to stick in there, Coach. That's good.
And, I'm an opportunistic guy.
Yes, you are. Hey, you open the season against Guilford. We rotate the schedule this year, and Guilford's got some changes. They're going to have a different quarterback and stuff. How do you see that opening game for you and the Huskies?
It is certainly the most difficult one to get prepared for because, there's just nothing to go on, and, we got to really just focus on ourselves and being at our best, regardless of what the opponent, may do. We can only control how we prepare and how we come into that contest. So that's kind of how my approach is taken. I know Guilford, they're going to be a hungry bunch, and they've caused us some problems in the past. And but I just want our team to be as fully prepared as they can be and to meet that challenge.
What do you see when you look around the conference? I mean, a lot of people expect Auburn to be good. Hononegah is always going to have a tough team. Boylan, North coming off a conference championship. I feel like Freeport's been building a good program. What do you see when you look around the conference and the competition you guys have?
Well, it's great. I mean, every Friday night it's one to get up for. And there was a time when our conference was pretty lopsided, and there weren't a lot of great contests on Fridays. But now I think it's really kind of evened out with the rise of Auburn and turnarounds of some of these other programs, and it really helps the conference. It should better us and prepare us to take on other competition around the state once the playoffs roll around, and it's just a great dynamic to have right now. We're really enjoying it.
This is the second year of the new turf. How did that help you guys last year, and can you benefit from it again this year? Because it's a lot different than that old grass football field you had.
Just a couple of days ago, we had to go practice on the grass, and it was really kind of foreign to us. Everybody just felt sluggish and slow, and it was a little damp. And the turf, it just makes everything faster and cleaner, and we just really enjoy that element of it. It's just a great facility. I think it's one of the nicer fields you'll find in maybe all of the Midwest or states. I mean, it's really outstanding, and our guys are really benefiting from it. I think we've definitely seen a decrease in some injuries, from the collisions where we come to the ground and make contact, and our concussions are down, or we haven't had an ACL or MCL problem on the knees from any of our players since we've been on the turf. So, it's just an outstanding asset for our school and for our kids.
Real quickly, special teams, how does that look this year, Coach?
I'm going to be taking most of the special teams under my responsibilities, and I'm really excited about them. We're still figuring out some personnel situations. We filmed a lot of special team scenarios last night in our scrimmage. But, I worked pretty hard in the off season at coming in with a plan for the special teams units, and really excited to see what these guys can do. I think we've got some explosive kids returning, and I really like our schemes, and I think it's going to be a difference maker for us, which is what I'm hoping for.
Well, we'll let you get back to those pancakes and sausage and bacon now that I'm hungry, Coach. And we appreciate you taking time today, and good luck against Guilford next Friday night already.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
We've been talking to the Harlem head coach, Jim Morrow. See, he's in charge of the pancake sausage meal today and the special teams.
Yeah.
That's my kind of guy.
That's right. He's got everything under control.
And he had a Husky there with him.
Well, you got to if you're doing a fundraiser.
That's right.